Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Juca Nery and I'm going to start a series of videos, tutorials, small tutorials I hope, about the Boss GT-1000 and the software that it comes with, the editor window. So let's take a look and dive into this patch I have here called Modern iGain. So basically, if you guys watch this Boss Tone Studio for GT-1000 window, we've got this pretty much well organized layout that also appears on the pedal board that I have here with me. It's not filming right now, but it's the same thing basically. But if you're programming sounds and doing presets and stuff like this for live views and stuff, I would advise you to do this at home so you can test it further later on the road and see if it works well. So this is very easy. You get from left. Basically, first on this column here on the left, you got preset and got your user banks. Presets, they never change, they're always the same, and user banks, they change if you want them to and write new stuff. I have a lot of sounds here already, they're already made up with the Boss GT-1000 editor, and I've used mostly the tone studio instead of filling the knobs in the unit itself, but you can do it the same, and I'm going to do a video about that. So from left to right, you got input, right? Then you have effects, pedal effects you can assign to. You have like wah or pedal band, so you can choose one of them. It will always work as a volume, and if you click harder, it will stay as a wah pedal. It's part of the unit, it comes like that, it comes very handy. Then you have a compressor. Bear in mind that you can change any of these small modules to any place you want. So for example, you got a compressor here, down drop menu, there's a bunch of compressors you can choose here, and then you have an EQ. It's like this, it's preset, it's not engaged. I can engage it and it will be green, as you guys can see there on the screen. But if I want this EQ to be in another place, I just click and drag and drop to my signal path, all right? Whatever you want it. So let's leave it where it is for now. After that, you got this one, okay, which is called the divider. And now, right now, I'm plugged into my Apollo Twin and just one input, so it's mono, okay? But if I connect it via the two outputs from the GT-1000, it will be in stereo. So for right now, it doesn't matter if it's in dual or single, because the sound will always be mono, okay? But this is where you choose basically to have dual setup signal chain. I mean, you can have, if you guys can see here on the Tone Studio, I've got on my left a distortion pedal, then this is a send and return, you're not gonna need it, let's leave this for later. And my amp on the left, my noise gate on the left, my EQ on the left. And on the bottom, the same thing for the right, okay? You can change the order or stuff like that. But for example, right now, let's go back to the divider. I'm going to put it on single. So the amp I'm using now is a Reti stack. I can choose for the deluxe combo. Check out the difference. Let's say with the Reti stack for now. Then below there's the knobs for your amp, the dials, normal dials like gain, sag, resonance, level, bass, middle, treble, presence, and so on and so forth. So basically we'll check out these other knobs that you have here in another tutorial. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, okay? Because there are a lot of options here inside Boss Tone Studio. Then I have my noise suppressor engaged, okay? If I disengage it, you can see the difference. Unengage it, okay. You decide the threshold, the release, and the input detect. After that, I've got an EQ that I decided to put in here, and it's customized to this preset in particular, okay. And basically, I'm just boosting and cutting some frequencies, okay. Nothing too fancy. After that, you got the mix. It can be stereo or pan left and right. It's very easy to understand. There you got your foot volume that you can also drag and drop to other places. Normally I used to put this here in the beginning because it's where I like it to be, okay? Then you have a lot of small modules, as you can see, like EQ, 4, it has a bunch of EQs that you can use, so you can tailor your sound specifically as you want. Then there also a bunch of delays. Here you have here, no, I don't have one delay engaged, but I have delay 1, delay 2, delay 3, and delay 4. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. And if not mistaken, that's also a master delay. So there's no shortage of delay, okay? And going back to the delay, you got the normal controls like time, feedback, eye cut, effect level, direct level, etc. Very easy to understand. They all do the same thing, okay? These delays. Now, this is one of the effects that comes next. Effects 2. Probably the effects 1 was at the beginning, right now it's a model effects 2. And here, there's a drop-down menu where I can choose from acoustic guitar, sim, as you guys can see on the screen, chorus, compression, diffrater, there's a lot of stuff here, okay? Touch wah, tremolo, for example, let me choose slicer, and I'm going to engage this effect, so let's see how it sounds now. So for each one of these effects, you have your own parameters to mess around with, okay? So it's very easy to use. I'm going to disengage it by just clicking here. Then I have effects 1, once again, effects 3, because there are 4 different models for effects, so no shortage of effects as well. At the very end here, you got your master delay that you can engage, and under master delay, you can see there's a lot of options here, from reverse, tape, dual, twist, space echo. There's a lot of stuff that you can engage. Then you have a chorus effect here that you also can engage if you want to. Okay, I'm going to disengage it now. Then you have the looper. Comes in handy, so you can record a riff and play over and over and stuff like that. Then you got another reverb. Okay, and this is like the master reverb, alright? Let me engage it so you guys can hear the tone. Then you got a lot of stuff here after the master reverb, like divider 2, the mix, if it's stereo or not, divider 3, the mix. So basically this gives you a lot of options and flexibility when it comes to building your own racks, and if you're using external effects and stuff like that, this comes in handy. And I'll leave this to another episode. I don't want to go into too deep in this one. And then there's your master section with the patch level, BPM, and a lot of stuff. Okay, but basically going back to the divider 1, I forgot to mention that you can choose either the top amp or the bottom amp. So if you come here in single, it's in single right now, but channel select, it's B. So if I do this, it's going to be A. I don't know what amp I have in channel A. I was using both, and I have X iGain amp. Okay, I cannot show you guys now the stereo effect. It's not connected in stereo, but your signal will be split like that: one amp and all effects to one side, and the other side the same thing. But I'm going here to divider. I'm going to put the B section because I want this one underneath to be active right now. Okay, so it sounds like this. So this is one of the presets I came up with. It's called Modern iGain, but I can show you other stuff like Modern iGain Solo. In this case, you see the layout has been different, and it's also in dual. I'm gonna put this in single because it's not in stereo, okay? Remember that even if you put it in dual and if it's going mono into your sound card, both signal chains will be active. So we'll have both amps, both distortions, and everything together in just one straight in input, okay? So right now I have two amps. I have my amp number 1 is a Supreme, my number is a Red Teeth Stack amp number 2. Then I have some delay going on, like 300 milliseconds, supposedly for the left or the right, and then here for the left, 638 milliseconds. I'm going to show you another sound. In this case is a modern clean, And once again, I'm using a dual setup here on the divider because I like to record this kind of stuff in stereo. It sounds pretty cool. Once again, I have 2 amps, and if you guys can see on the reverb, I got the shimmer reverb, so it gives this really cool tail. Sounds pretty cool. Of course, you can experiment with the presets that come with the GT-1000. For example, if I click here on preset on the left and click Premium Drive, it's going to load what I have, what it has from factory. And by this, you can see the layout of the amps. And if the divider is in single mode, right now it's in single mode and it's channel A selected, so it's the top. So it's all for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below. This is not difficult to understand, but takes time in order to understand every parameter that you have in Boston Studio regarding the subs, the main outs, and how you can configure different layouts, different rigs, and incorporate pedals from outside and stuff like that. So it's very extended. That's why I have a manual, and I advise you guys to read it. And if you want me to help you build your sound, just drop a comment and we'll talk about that later. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you stay notified for new content. Also join me at Facebook, Juca Soundcheck, and check out my website. Already have some patches already there for the GT-1000. Cheers!